Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet the great Janice Spooner. She's been on the show before. She's going to talk about her deep roots in banking here in North Texas and her incredible journey. Next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
All right, welcome back to the show. One of my favorite people in banking is the great Janice Spooner. She's been on my show before. She's the market president for NBT Financial Bank Grapevine. Thank you so much for coming back on the show.
Thanks for having me, Jeff. What an amazing opportunity.
Well, so much to discuss because the rich history of this bank is incredible. 50 plus years. Tell us about the origins of this bank.
It started on Northeast 28th Street. And a small group of men got together and bought the bank. And it has ebbed and flowed over the years, but it has remained rooted in its service and commitment to all the communities that we serve. And now we're expanding to grow even further with that same commitment.
Well, and you've been in the banking industry for a long time. What is it about this historic company that attracted you?
This bank, truly, the leadership in it was monumental in the decision to change. They were supportive and we spoke the same language in regards to what it means to be a community bank, because it's very different. Big bank. And right now, a lot of small banks are becoming a part of mergers and acquisitions.
Yes.
But this is a community bank at its heart. And that's what I love and where I thrive.
Well, you were telling me a story right before we got started about, your phone is available to your customers nights and weekends, and you got a phone call not too long ago from an important client on a weekend. And what was the call about?
The call was about his truck had gotten broken into and his wallet was in there and it was stolen. And it was in a very prominent part between Grapevine and Southlake of the community and needed help. So obviously, as soon as I could get into the office and turn the card off and everything that we could do for him, I called my COO and otherwise to make sure we were all on the same page to service this customer.
Yes.
And, but I'll tell you, with those events, and they're becoming more prevalent, and that is fraud and identity theft. And my customers who have become victim, it's unfortunately very easy to happen, even to the smartest of us.
Sure.
It's important that they handle measures across multiple groups, multiple media, multiple credit reporting agencies to protect themselves. And they've told me that no one else, even though that might bank at another bank as well,
sure,
no one else has gone into that depth of protection for them. So they're so very grateful for all of the personal relationship that we have.
Yes, and I kind of like that old-fashioned, you're operating like a community bank instead of one of these big banks. I mean, if you're banking with a big bank, nobody's going to call a personal cell on a night or a weekend. They just wouldn't do it.
That's right. That's right. And it's who we are. It's the service to the community. We treat people the way we would want to be treated.
So beautiful. We're going to pull up the business page of the website to talk about some of the services that you provide. As we scroll down this, why don't you just rattle off some of the things that you provide for your customers?
Absolutely. We have the opportunity to provide everything that a business would need for their banking as well as for consumers. We have business loans, lines of credit. We have mortgages that we also keep in-house. We have all the needs that anyone would have a part for, from ACH to wire, remote deposit capture, all the technology We have really invested in the technology piece to make sure that whether you're in a younger generation or a more seasoned generation, we're able to take care of you based on what you need, not just what we provide.
And Janice, you have such a great reputation in the industry that I know some of your previous clients from another bank came with you. That speaks volumes.
That's right. They did, even in a rate environment that was going down. The Fed recently lowered for the third time this fall the Fed funds rate. And, customers said, Janice, we're going with you, but tell me, how can we make it profitable for both of us? And my senior management team, they allowed me to be strategic and make proposals to them. And we came up with those solutions for both loans and deposits that we could still help those customers right now.
Beautiful. You have a very popular podcast. Let's go ahead and put the podcast page on the website. So it's Hometown Banknotes. I love that name. So tell us about this podcast and the kinds of people you like to attract.
Sure. I love this podcast, and I love my team here at Real News PR. They do an amazing job. But on my podcast, we celebrate community, people, purpose, and passion, and what is going on. There is a lot of negative news, so we try to focus on the positive things that are happening in the world of finance, economics, the national level, all the way down to Grapevine. What's going on and how are businesses working through the challenges that they face with inflation and otherwise. And we also celebrate the community. Right now, Grapevine is the Christmas capital of Texas. They've also been highlighted in Newsweek. And so it's a beautiful community with heritage and deep, deep roots. And so we celebrate that, and as well as we provide a scholarship for GCISD seniors.
Oh, that's so cool. And you have an episode, I don't think it's been released yet, but do you want to hint as to who we're...
Sure. We have a Grapevine, and I'm going to say Texas icon in Mayor William D. Tate. He joined me just a couple of days ago. It'll be air in the next 2. And we just got to talk about all the rich history that he's been a part of in Grapevine as he's about to celebrate his 50th year as mayor.
Yes.
So we got to go over all those details and just really celebrate him.
Okay, look into your crystal ball, because the media likes to pontificate about what's going to happen in the economy in the next year or so. What do you see in your crystal ball?
I really see that finances and economics, they're going to stabilize. There might be one more cut by the Fed beginning of 2026, but I truly believe that small businesses and consumers are going to definitely be able to plan better. Things are cooling down and the employment is stabilizing. So there are very strong sectors, but some that are lagging. But in our area especially, it's going to stabilize and businesses are going to be able to really get back to more, what shall we say, calmness?
Yes.
And not chaos.
And I can't think of a better market than DFW. I mean,
absolutely.
Famously, I think we grow by something like 200,000 people a year, just, because the economy is so good, the jobs are plentiful, and the tax rate is very favorable to small business owners.
Yes. And Grapevine and the surrounding areas, they're committed to these small businesses. I believe and promote shop local. Our logo at the bank is Bank Local because we then impact those communities locally. So truly the matter of banking and what the economics are happening, it's been a rough few years. So it's going to settle down and stabilize, as I said, in the next 12 to 18 months. Not all bad things are gone. Some just held on to the very last minute, but nonetheless, more opportunity.
Wow. Janice, thank you so much for coming back on the show and sharing your heart and your wisdom with us. We're going to end with her website, which is nbt.bank. The great Janice Spooner. Thanks for coming back on the show.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate you.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.